What is up, guys? It's Mr. Chap, and what we're going to do today is we are going to make a lunar cycle foldable. So this is normally something that we would do in class, and I would have you glue it in your IMB, but it is so useful in your activities for this week that I want you, even if you're at home, I want you to actually make this on paper. Don't just do it digitally or anything like that. On paper, I want you to go through this process and make this, and then keep it by your side as you go through the activities for this week. It's going to be very useful. You can use it on your test or your quizzes that we have. So just go ahead and follow along with me. So you're going to need a piece of paper. Don't do this digitally. You're going to need a piece of paper, and at the end I'm going to have you take a picture and upload it. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to make basically a baseball diamond. So normally a baseball diamond over here we have home base. Over here we have first base, second base, third base, and when you run the bases, you go in a counterclockwise direction, just like the lunar phase. Lunar phases go in a counterclockwise direction. So what you're going to start off with is at the very bottom, I need you to draw the sun. So at the very bottom right here, you're going to draw half circle, and you're going to label it the sun. Maybe draw some rays. Alright, so just so you know, I am not a perfectionist at all. I'm just going to make it the way that I'm going to kind of freehand it. If you are a perfectionist and it bothers you not to have nice round circles, go ahead and find a stencil or something like that if you want, a bottle cap or whatever. But I'm just going to kind of freehand it. So now I need you to draw the four bases. So down here, I'm going to draw a moon. So I'm going to draw a circle. Over here, I'm going to draw a circle. Up here, I'm going to draw a circle. And over here, I'm going to draw a circle. Try to make them about the same size. Okay, so now we have our moons and our sun at the bottom. So in the middle, I need you to draw the pitcher's mound, which is going to just be a small circle, not to scale at all. Normally, the Earth is much bigger than the moons, but here the Earth isn't as important. So we're going to draw a small circle, and we're going to draw an E in it for Earth. Okay, so we're going to start off at the bottom here. We're going to start off right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to shade it in. So when the moon is between the Earth and the sun, from the Earth, you're going to look at it, you're going to see only the dark side of the moon, right? You're going to see the shadow. You're not going to see any reflected light, so you're going to shade this one all the way in. Again, I'm just doing, good enough, all right? So you're going to shade it all the way in, and you're going to label this. So if you see no moon is a new moon. So you write new moon. Okay, so we're going to rotate counterclockwise. In fact, let's go ahead and draw our arrows that go. So we're going to rotate this way, and we're going to rotate this way. Okay. So from here, we're going to go up here. Over here, we're going to draw our main phases first. I want you to draw a line down the middle. And I want you to shade the left side in, because the light gets bright on the right. So this is called the first quarter. So I'm going to label that. Is that better? Okay. So the light gets bright on the right, and so the right side is lit up first. Now I'm going to go to the top. I'm not going to shade anything in, actually. It's just going to be like that because it is completely lit up, it is fully illuminated. So this is called a full moon. Now we're going to go over here. We're going to draw a line down the middle. And we're going to shade the opposite side in. Here it's getting dark now. And so the left side will be lit up, the right side will be shaded. So we're going to shade this side in. And we're going to label this third or last quarter. You might hear either one. So third quarter or last quarter, same thing. Okay? All right. So what I want you to do now is, we're not just in 8th grade science, we're not just interested in knowing the phases, we're interested in being able to predict. So you have to know how many days go between here, 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 and here, and here, right? So the whole thing is going to take 28 days. So I want you to write that. Let's go over here. Actually, I want to write it up here. Okay. So up here, I want to write 28 days. About. So I'm going to draw the little tilde. So that means this whole thing takes about 28 days. So if it's 28 days, that's about a month. That's 4 weeks. So we're going to split this up. We have 4 bases. We have 4 weeks. So each base takes about a week. So I'm going to say from here to here is 1 week. Then I'm going to say from here to here takes 1 week. I'm going to say from here to here takes 1 week. And wouldn't you know it, from here to here takes, where am I going to write this? Over here? Sure. 1 week. Okay, so that's 4 weeks total. So 7 days, 7 days, 7 days, 7 days. Okay? Alright, so it doesn't just suddenly jump like from a dark moon, a new moon, to first quarter, right? We have a transition in between. So what I want you to do now is draw 4 little circles over here in between. Okay. So the light gets bright on the right, so this phase right here in between, it's going to be something between here and between here. So here we have half of it lit up, so it's going to be less than half. So you're going to draw a little C shape over here. You're going to shade in the same side. You're going to shade in the left side because the light gets bright on the right. So it's going to go from here to here, and this is called a crescent. Where am I going to write this? Let me just write underneath. Okay, so it's going to be called a crescent, C-R-E-S-C-E-N-T, but because we're gaining light here, we went from all the way dark to a little bit of light, we are gaining light. When we're gaining light, it's called waxing. So I'm going to write waxing crescent for that one. Alright, so we go from here, we have a waxing crescent, we have a first quarter. Now we're going to gain a little bit more light, so it's going to be more than half, but not all the way full. So the light is still going to be on the right because we haven't hit the full moon yet. So I'm going to draw, let's see, I'm going to shade this side in. So this is so big, so this is called a waxing gibbous. It's so big, so it's a gibbous, and it's still gaining light, so it's waxing. So we're going to write waxing gibbous. In parentheses, so big. All right. So we go from here to here to here to here to here, and we've gotten a we're fully illuminated now. Now we're going to start losing light. We're going to start losing light. It's going to be kind of the opposite of this, right? So we're going to draw a C right there, and then we're going to shade this side in. So the right side is going to start getting dark. And when we're losing light, it's called waning. So we're going to write waning. And because this is so big, it's not quite full. It's more than half, though. We're going to write gibbous. Gibbous. So big. Okay, so then we move from the waning gibbous. We hit the third or last quarter, and then we're going to go down here. So between here and here, it's not going to be all the way dark, but there's going to be less light than here, and the light's going to be on the same side. So I'm going to draw a little C there, shade in this side. It's a very oblong circle, moon. All right, so it's going to be opposite from this one. So we are still losing light. So it is waning. So I'm going to write waning. And because it's a C shape, make sure you make that definitely an N. Waning. Because it's a C shape, it is a crescent. You have a waning crescent. So let's see, I want to write a couple more things. Down here, I'm going to write waxing equals gaining light. Over here, I'm going to write waning equals losing light. And then we have one more corner that we can write in. I'm going to write, let's see, I'm going to write, if the light is on the right, it's waxing bright. So give yourself some room. So the little jingle goes, if the light is on the right, you're waxing bright. So that's what I'm going to write here. If the light is on the right, you're waxing bright. That eye does not look like an eye. Alright, so if the light is on the right, you're waxing bright. Okay, so we, I think, are done. So this is going to be really helpful. You're going to know, you're now going to be able to tell the order, very quickly tell the order of the lunar cycle. You're going to know that from here to here is 1 week. From here to here is another week. So if I asked you how long between a new moon and full moon, you could tell me it's 2 weeks, 14 days, right? If I asked you how long from a new moon to a third quarter, you could tell me that it's 3 weeks. Sometimes we say that it's about 3.5 days in between here, and I've done that in the past, but I'm trying something new. So really, it's not. This isn't a specific like somewhere in between here and here, just one thing, right? So anything after a new moon and before a first quarter is a waxing crescent. anything after a first quarter and before a full moon is a waxing gibbous. Anything after a full moon and before a third quarter is a waning gibbous. So anything in between here is a waning gibbous. Anything in between here is a waning crescent. Alright, so make sure you keep this somewhere safe. Take a picture of it, upload it into the assignment in Canvas, and keep it somewhere safe so that you can use it as reference going ahead. All right. Have a great day, guys. Bye.